Hello, amazing Anil Gupta. What an honor to have you here. Oh my gosh. So, for everybody who doesn't know me, I'm a holistic alternative physical therapist. And the reason why I have this amazing human being, Anil Gupta, with us today is because he has helped me in business and in life. I actually met him on Clubhouse. So, just a little bit about you. That people don't know, maybe that you're a TEDx speaker. I am getting a little bit of a disturbance. Do you feel any Do you hear any disturbance there, Anil? Or
No,
you hear
nothing
me?
at all. Yeah, it's
Okay.
crystal clear.
Okay. If anybody is on right now, let me know if you have a disturbance. I'm gonna try to see. But can you hear me? I'm gonna check the. Okay, so you are a TEDx speaker. I've watched your video. It's really a life-changing TEDx talk. And when I first watched it, I was very touched. So I want to encourage everyone to watch it as well. But you're also a world expert on relationships, especially family relationships. And that's very powerful because that's what we need right now in the world, is to really go to the root of everything, which is the family, right? And a lot of people forget that. So that's why I love you, Anil. And the reason why I brought you on is because when I was on Clubhouse, I was on stage. And by the way, Clubhouse is open for everybody, whether you have an Android or an iPhone, anyone can join. And Anil has a couple of rooms there as well with his family and sometimes by himself. So I asked Anil a question, and I don't know if you remember this, Anil, but last year I said, "Oh, Anil, I have this women's health forum, and I used to do it personally or live, I should say." And I said, I'm just having some difficulty creating it online. And you said, "Jackie, you have to stop thinking small." And I was like, "What?" He says, "I'm looking at your Instagram. I'm looking at all your information. You have so much to give to the world, and you have to push it out." And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay, I'll do it online. I'll do it. I'll do it." And you said, "When?" And this was like in February or March. And maybe February of last year. And I was like, "When?" "Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'll do it in April." And you were like, "Okay, what's the date?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's so good." And I gave you a date. And he goes, "Okay, I'm going to hold you accountable." And then you made the whole room hold me accountable. So it was life changing. And then after that, I kept on coming in on Clubhouse and asking you some other questions. But the reason why I brought you on is because you're such an incredible change maker. You give immediate results, and that's why I love you so much. So welcome, Anil. And I do want to pop up your book real quick before you say anything, because I want everybody to see it. This is called Immediate Happiness. It's a #1 bestseller, #1 top rated, and #1 hottest new release. So everybody, please check out Anil's book, Immediate Happiness. I think you're going to fall in love with it. The cover has a picture of him, his wife, and his 2 kids, who I know as well, and who are just loving, wonderful people. And then also, I'll put this back up on later, but you also have a happiness test. So I really, really love the happiness test, and I encourage everyone to get that as well. So, Anil, thank you for joining us. Do you want to say anything?
Thank you, Jackie, for a great intro. You've been very helpful to me. I see you as a master therapist and healer, and you were very kind enough to give me a session, and I appreciated that very much. Mm-hmm. I see that you do care. You want to make a difference, and every time we delay sharing our gifts, someone is suffering. So thank you for inviting me on your show.
Thank you so much. All right. So basically what we're talking about is the 3 Gs. And when I first watched you explain these on Instagram, because you'll pop up, everybody follow Anil on Instagram. It's Anil Gupta USA, right?
Correct.
Anil Gupta USA. And so follow him on Instagram and follow him on Clubhouse as well, because he gives amazing nuggets every day practically. But he also goes live on Instagram where you can actually ask questions, which anyone can join in right now. Actually, just accept StreamYard and you can ask a question. But that's why I have you here, because I want everybody to just get a little bit of you and by expressing like what it is that the 3Gs are. So go ahead, Anil.
Well, there is a formula for happiness, and it's the 3Gs. Happiness is equal to G cubed. The first G is you have to give. Give your time, your energy, your love, your commitment, your joy, your gift, your money. Give it away without wanting anything in return. See, a lot of people are giving, but they have an expectation of wanting something in return. So the secret is give. The second G is you have to be grateful for what you have, and don't focus on what you don't have. You know, a lot of people focus on what they don't have, but they have so much. You have your hands. How priceless are they? Your eyes, you know, your teeth, your eyes, your heart, your liver, your kidneys. How grateful could you possibly be? That's all you have to ask yourself. Could I be more grateful? What could I be grateful for? And the third is you have to grow emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. When you do that, everything changes. Your life changes, and you can lead a richer, fuller, happier life. Anytime you're upset, ask yourself, which of those 3Gs has fallen below the rest? Do I need to give? Do I need to grow? Or do I need to be grateful? And it's very powerful to know that this is a simple way to focus on an area of your life that's not functioning so that you get clarity.
Yes, we're getting some comments right now. Everyone said, love the 3Gs. And Catherine is saying, Tina is also saying, sounds wonderful. The 3Gs for me were so affirming, not only for me personal, but I've been sharing them with my patients and clients, because when we have chronic pain, when we enter the 3Gs, when we give, right? Give our love, especially, right? Because I'm all about love. Give our joy, and we have to create joy as well, because I'm a firm believer that I learned from my mother and my grandmother. The only one that can create joy in your life is you. You know, we expect other people to give us the joy, but we're the ones who have to create it. But like, as you said in the first G, you have to give it away. But this is the crux, I feel, Anil, is that people want it back in return. So that's my question to you. How do you remind everybody, or how do you, how do you give love, let's say, to your spouse or your partner, and you're not getting it back in return? What do you do then? So that's my question.
Well, you have to ask yourself, are you giving love in the way they want to receive it? Or are you giving love in the way that they think that they want to receive it? So, and are you doing it as a transaction, or are you doing it because you want to do it? So, you know, we need to go much deeper, because obviously if you do this for years and years, maybe that partner isn't the right partner for you, because if you're not getting what you want to get and they're not serving you like they did at the beginning, you know, the dating facade, I call it, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, he does anything for her, she does anything for him. They get married, they get have kids, and then it stops. They stop doing that sort of stuff. So you have to ask yourself, and it comes from awareness. Awareness gives you clarity. Clarity gives you focus. Focus gives you action. Action gives you results, which gives you momentum, which gives you everything. So, you know, what I would urge people to ask yourselves, is this authentic? Am I expecting anything in return? What do I need to change? What do I need to let go of? Who am I being? And really have that conversation with the partner.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's where you come in as a one-on-one person, because when I spoke to you, that's and when I watch you work, like I can watch you work on Clubhouse Live, I watch you work on Instagram Live. When you work with people one-on-one, you can get into the point specific actions and reactions that they're having at that moment. And that's the beauty of you. It's like you're not always asking questions, you also give them a response in real time. So that's why your work really changes everything. And I applaud you. So anybody, if you want to work with Anil, I'm going to talk about this later on, but in case some of you have to pop off, please connect with Anil, and they can do it by meetanil.com.
Yeah, that's my website. But if you want to have a session with me, the first session is free. It's chatwithanil.com, and you can book a session with me. But if there's anyone on the call today who has a question, who wants to come on board, I'm happy to help you. My gift is to be able to remove blockages so that you can lead a fuller, richer, happier life immediately.
Yes, and that's another reason why I fell in love with you the first day I met you, is because you do that. You remove the blockages. All my work, I'm a holistic alternative physical therapist. All my work is based on removing the blockages, but I can't do it for them. They have to do it. Once they remove the blockages through giving, being grateful, and growing, their pain starts to decrease. They stop, they remove themselves from the trauma that they've experienced in their life, and they don't see themselves as a victim, because they're flipping the paradigm. They're entering a new paradigm shift of love, right? Of giving, of being grateful, and of growing. And that's why you and I connect so much. So someone had said, well, why are you bringing in Anil Gupta? What does it have to do with what you do? And I'm like, everything. Because if you're not having a good relationship with your partner or your children, your business collapses. I feel your health collapses. It affects everything. That's why the family or the partnership is the root of everything. And that's why I love your work. And I just wanted to share you with everyone today. So I love you, Anil. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to look at the thing. Okay, I do want to say this. One of my patients did not want to come on, and she said, can you ask Anil what I should do? And I'm so grateful you said marriage, because that reminded me. She said she's been dating someone for 3 years. They're very much in love, but the man does not want to marry her. So he doesn't want to give her a ring or anything like that. He's perfectly happy with the way things are, and he loves her very much. And they're doing really well, but she wants to be married. So what do you recommend for her to do in that instance?
So, Jackie, that's a very difficult situation. And, I'm happy to gift her a session because there's other dynamics involved. It's a tricky situation because a man's biggest fear, do you know what a man's biggest fear is, Jackie?
A man's biggest fear is that he's not going to eat something for dinner. Remember, the way to a man's heart. I'm sorry. Yeah, the way to a man's heart is the food. Come on,
it's
Anil.
The stomach. It's the stomach.
It's the stomach. Excuse me. Yeah, let's be real. The stomach. But what do you think?
Yeah. So a man's biggest fear is a loss of freedom.
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking. He thinks if he gets married, he will lose his freedom. But in fact, once he realizes he'll have even more freedom, that will give him freedom.
Wow.
So please ask your client to your patient to contact me. We'll do a session because I need to go deeper and wider, and she needs clarity because there's a ticking time bomb, so to speak. 3 years and 5 years and 7 years, and then he decides, well, I found someone else. We're not married. I've got nothing to lose. We don't know. I'm just saying that there are so many different scenarios and situations and details that need to be looked at because relationships are complex. They're simple, but they're complex. So simple doesn't mean that they're easy. And sometimes we as human beings like to be comfortable. I sense that there's a lot of comfort in this relationship. And when you get comfortable, you tend to stagnate a little bit. And maybe you take each other for granted. Maybe you're thinking, well, if I leave him, what am I going to do? All the good men are taken. I hear that all the time. People living in New York say to me, there's no one around. There's 8 million people around. There's no one around. All the good men are taken. So, there's a lot that goes into relationships. And my gift is to be able to find out that one thing that that thing we can just turn around to unlock everything, and think, oh my goodness, that's why I always pick the wrong partners. That's why I always have bad relationships. That's why, oh my goodness, I get it now.
Wow, that's very powerful, and it could also happen to women. When I was dating my husband, I did not want to get married because exactly that what you just brought up. I did not want to lose my freedom, and let's be honest. When you get married, you do lose your freedom, not completely, but everything you do, you have to compromise, right? You have to find
No,
that. No,
no, no,
okay. So when you're married, you don't have to compromise.
no. Why would you compromise? You can have it all.
You can have it all? Okay. So how can you have it all? I mean, I've been married for 33 years, Anil, and
Me
everything I
too. Me
do.
too.
Really? Oh my
33
gosh.
years. When's your anniversary?
October 15th, 1989.
Okay, we were. Oh no, that's 31 years. 32 years.
Oh, 32. Okay. I thought no, I'm coming to 33. Isn't it
Yeah.
30? Okay.
Yeah. Mine is 33 years. 8 months today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I know your beautiful wife. She is just gorgeous and she's a divine spirit. She's just
She is.
so beautiful in all ways. So, one quick example then. How do you not compromise with your wife, Mina?
Okay, so let me work with you. So, so you can be the wife, and I'll be you, and I'll be
Okay.
me.
Okay.
So, tell me something that you want to do.
I want to go on vacation with you and travel to Europe.
Okay, and when would you like to do that?
I would like to do it in August.
Okay, and why would I not do that with you?
So my husband, I'm going to be very public. He hates to travel. He loves to stay at home. So I usually have to travel by myself or with my mom or with my children or with a friend, or I love to travel by myself. I have no problem traveling by myself, but he will not.
Okay, what's his fear?
He doesn't like the crowds. The last time he traveled, the airport situation, as you and I know, is getting worse because they're packing us in like sardines and moving like I just flew to New York a couple of weeks ago and the flight changed from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. like just 12 hours prior. So that's so I totally understand. Flying right now is literally like going into hell.
Okay, so look at the languaging you used. It's going into hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you be husband, not be you. Honey, can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead. Ask me a question.
Do you love me?
I do love you.
What would you do if someone tried to hurt me?
I would defend you immediately.
Immediately. Okay. So there's someone I love very much, and at times he hurts me.
Who is that person?
It's actually you.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was hurting you. Can you tell me how I'm hurting you?
I love to travel, and I absolutely hate it when you're not with me.
Mm.
I feel sad, depressed, lonely, almost abandoned.
Mm-hmm. But that's you. You want to travel, but that's not my thing. I don't want to do that anymore. So I respect your traveling, your love of travel, but you have to respect the fact that I don't love traveling.
That's fine. I don't love traveling.
Say that again.
I don't love traveling.
Oh, you don't love traveling? So why are you traveling?
I love to get there. I don't enjoy the travel.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that you're in Florence
Mm-hmm.
with thousands of years of history.
Mm-hmm.
And on your deathbed, you say to me, honey, I'm so glad that we went to Florence. At the most
Oh.
romantic moments of our life, and you look into my eyes and say, honey, I see why you like to get to the place, and I see why you don't like to travel.
Mm.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't think of it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So end of role
Woo!
play.
Wow.
You see
So
the difference.
yeah, I do. I see the difference. And oh my gosh, Anil, that's so powerful. And role playing is really um really going into the energy system of the other person and walking in their shoes. And that's where you can understand your partner even more. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Ah,
Yeah. And it's
I
not
love
what you say, it's how you say it. I do not like travel. I like to
you.
get there.
Hmm.
And it's the same with you. Who wants to line up at TSA and go through everything? And to make things easier, Jackie, get clear.
Yeah.
Then you can jump the line, and then stay in one of the lounges away from people. There's always a way.
Yeah, there's always a way. You're absolutely right. There's
Yeah.
always a way. Love it. Okay, so the other question I had is with gratitude. A lot of people, like for me, I have a gratitude journal. I've had one for many, many years. In fact, the book that I wrote, The Power of Self-Care, Self-Love, I guess I'll just push it up, huh? Let's see if I have it here.
Absolutely. Share it with the world.
Let's see where it is. Okay, here it is. So it's actually a bestseller now. There it is. I don't have the little bestseller sticker on. But
So Jackie,
uh-huh.
why don't you have the bestseller sticker?
I know, because I just became bestseller last week, I think, and I forgot to upload the thing. I was focused so much on you, making sure I had everything from you that I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have mine. But that's okay, because guess what? I'm giving. I'm doing it. I'm giving. I'm focusing on that. Okay. So, and then this is the Power of Self-Care, Self-Love journal workbook that I talked to you about one time, Anil. And you were so gracious that you had me put up the link and you shared it on Clubhouse, and that was very powerful. And I'm really grateful for you for doing that. But that is also a bestseller as well. That's The Power of Self-Care, Self-Love. So, but
I didn't see
that,
the sticker.
I know I got to put it up. You're right.
By when?
You're absolutely right. But I talk about gratitude a lot. So that's why I love your 3Gs, because they energetically correspond with everything that I've been writing about for so many years. And also in chronic pain, where a lot of people are not focused on that beauty of entering the realm of gratitude. When you enter the realm of the energy, the high vibrational frequency of gratitude, of love, of joy, then you're staying at a lower vibrational frequency that hurts the body, because the body responds to it. Instead of being grateful and joyful, we are in fear and in anxiety and so on. So that's why it's important for you to have that gratitude. But gratitude changes everything. Oh my gosh, changes the entire world. So I love it that that's your second G. I know we only have 5 minutes more, but grow. Can you tell us a little bit what you mean by growing? If you can give us an example, or just whatever you want to share with.
Yeah, so growing is emotional, physical, spiritual, mental. And when we did that role play, I think you grew emotionally, because you realize that there's a different way to communicate with your husband. And you realize that we have to get into the other person's life to understand what they're thinking. So reading a book would allow you to grow. So meditation would allow you to grow. Doing something out of the normal, creating a new habit, doing something different, showing up differently, getting up earlier, working more productively. These are all examples of growing, because you're not in the same place. And the secret to living is giving. But every day you make progress in a week, a month, a year, you'll be in a different place. So if you're not growing, you're dying. It really is that simple.
Yes. And The secret to living is giving. That is so profound. I remember the first time you said it. It's like, because that's what it is. I am always focused on, with all my patients and when I write and when I coach, I always say, be of service and lead with love. That is the most profound thing. And so the way you say it is, the secret to living is giving. So profound. So tell us about here, mindset is all. That's a link. What link is that to? Because
I've been thinking the same thing. My mind has gone blank.
So I wanted to put it up, but while you're looking at that, I wanted to share with everybody your book as well. So this is the Amazon link, and I'm going to also add it into the comments if I can do that.
That's the happiness test.
Oh, perfect. That's and so this is a gift from Anil. I knew it was something that you were giving. So this is
mine went blank.
And mine too. So Anil he lives what he speaks about. He's a perfect example. Everything that he talks about, he's already done. He's already lived through it. Check out his TEDx talk. But this one is that beautiful happiness test. So go ahead and go onto this link, mindsetisall.com. Check out his happiness test. But really, don't forget, you really have to focus on his books as well. So I'm going to pull that back up again so everyone can see it and get it. So it's on ebook as well. So you can get a hardcover or ebook, Immediate Happiness, and the happiness test. So please focus on this, guys. This is how we grow. We grow by not staying in our comfort zone. We've got to look outside of the box. And because you're a relationship expert, Anil, and you've shared with us such beautiful golden nuggets, I want to thank you from my heart to your heart and to everyone else's heart who's watching with us right now or who will be watching shortly or later on afterward, because a lot of people are working. But I can't believe I even got you, because I tried to get you in March and I was like, oh my gosh, you were like, no, April. I was like, oh, thank God. I thought I was going to have to wait another 6 months. So
no, thank you.
Thank you so much, Anil. So just a reminder, everybody, take the happiness test, get Anil's book, and definitely work one-on-one with Anil. Mention my name, Jackie, when you call him, because I'm not going to get a kickback, but I just really want to connect you with Anil through our energy of love and of service. So thank you so much, Anil. I'm sending you love.
Thank you, Jackie. And if you ever want amazing treatment, Jackie's the person to go to. So thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. I did a virtual treatment with you. So that's what I'm mostly moving towards, is virtual treatments and speaking now. And yay! I love you, Anil. Give my love to your whole family. And I'll see you on Instagram, and I will see you on Clubhouse.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Adios. Adios.
Adios. Okay. Bye.